World and by the Emerald Queen Casino, presenting singer-songwriter of the chart-topping hit The Man Aloe Black. May 23rd. For tickets, go to emeraldqueen.com. Cool night here in Seattle, and right now we continue with our pregame festivities. We send you out to center field. Brett Adam and Bill Kruger.
Dave, thank you very much. Out here in the pen, this is where a lot of people are. It's college night, beard hat night, and they're excited for the game festivities. Bill, we're excited because Major League Baseball kind of did a reverse, and they got a rule right. An out is now an out. Well, great news. The transfer rule is no more. They're going back to saying if you can secure it, hey, you're out there. Don't worry about the transfer. Runners know where they're going. Umps don't have to worry about the transfer, figuring out the replay. Here's what MLB decreed here today on the transfer rule. They said if the fielder drops the ball while attempting to remove it to make a throw, the umpire should rule that the ball has been caught, provided that the fielder has secured it in his glove before attempting to transfer, as Kyle Seager did, as we saw, Bill, in Miami. So kind of going back to the interpretation the way that it was, and that it's a good thing, and it certainly makes sense.
I think you have to give Major League Baseball some credit for jumping on this and correcting something that really wasn't working. We've seen way too many outs being turned into confusion. Players don't know if it's an out. Base runners don't know if it's an out. They don't know whether to go forward or go back. Certainly it's been hard to taking the instincts out of the game because players need to react quickly. So this was a very good decision. Get back to when the ball's in the glove and you secure it, it's an out. That's the way it should be. Good news. Good job, Major League Baseball.
Right. We don't have to talk about the transfer rule anymore, which is a good thing. We got game one coming up. Mariners and Rangers. Rangers red hot, but so too Kyle Seager. That was his two-run home run to the seventh, making that guy happy. Maybe the same fan got the walk-off, his first walk-off. Two-homer game is Rangers, Mariners, orange Gatorade, the flavor of the day. We'll see what it is today. Lineup, first pitch on the way.
Everybody, first pitch from Elias is in there for a called strike to Michael Choice. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew. Glad you've joined us here at Safeco Field. In tight. Check down the first. I guess the book said he did go. So Elias ahead 0-2. Michael Choice obtained from Oakland during the offseason. Big breaking ball. 3 pitches to dismiss Michael Choice. 1 down. Here's a look at the rest of the batting order of the Texas Rangers.
For manager Ron Washington, following choice, it'll be Elvis Andrus. Beltre, just coming off the disabled list, this will be his first start since going on the disabled list, and it'll be fielder Rios, Murphy, the DH, Donnie Murphy, the DH, tonight. Aaron Sebia hitting 7th, and it's Martine and former Mariner Josh Wilson rounding out the 9 for the Rangers.
Elvis Andrus, shortstop. Keep him off the base paths. He will run. Leads the ball club 9 out of 12 in stolen bases. Elias, talking to Felix Hernandez about him. What he likes, what everybody likes about Elias, the fact that he's going to come right after you. Felix, very impressed. He said, man, for a young guy, so determined and unafraid.
That's what I like about him. He just goes after people. This will be his 5th start of the year, a 3.22 ERA. 11 walks and 22 in the third. Needs to work on that number, but 15 strikeouts. Opponents hitting just 241 against him. And here in the early going, he has a good fastball. His fastball has already been 94 miles an hour tonight.
Did some good work in Miami. Tough break. As we take a look at the umpires, Hunter Wendell stepped behind home plate. Mike Estabrook at first. Gabe Morales at second. Mike DeMuro at third.
You talked about his outing in Miami. It was a tough break, but I think it was just a situation where they were hoping to get him through one more inning. For those that can remember, the bullpen was in bad shape. Guys were tired out there, and they were trying to stretch him as long as they could, and it was just one pitch too many.
Gave up a bleeder, base hit to the pitcher, Henderson Alvarez. Then a walk and a 3-run homer by Ozuna.
Right.
2-2 here to Elvis. Slicing drive, right field. Stephan Romero, short of the track, 2 outs.
And the defense for the Mariners, Cole Gillespie just called up, getting the start in left field. Almonte in center, Romero out in right. Seager at third, Willie Bloomquist getting the start at shortstop. Cano and Smoke on the right side of the infield, and Mike Zunino will do the catching tonight.
Welcome back, Adrian Beltre. Had some quad problems. Happened in Tampa Bay, aggravated in Boston. Had to sit out for a while. And here's the roster moves made over the last couple of days. Mariners shoring up their outfield situation, bringing up Cole Gillespie. Lucas Litke to the bullpen. Ramirez out to High Desert, and Franklin down to AAA Tacoma. So Elias going right after Beltre, ahead 0-2. Gillespie, a career outfielder the other day. We had that number where the Mariners outfield game experience was significantly less than Houston, as Elias goes after Beltran, strikes him out on 3 pitches. A good start for the youngster from Cuba. Mariners coming to bat. final Friday of the month of April. It's Beard Hat Night. It's college night. There's suit types. Come on out. Take a look at the Mariners' batting order against Robbie Ross Jr.
Tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Chevron. Leading off, it'll be Abraham Almonte. Willie Bloomquist getting a start at shortstop, so Brad Miller getting a night off. Willie will hit second. Then it's Cano, Hart the DH, Kitty cleanup, Romero, Smoke, Seager, Cole Gillespie making his Mariners debut, get his first Major League at bat this year. And then it's Mike Zunino rounding out the 9 for the Mariners. Robbie Ross, 5th start on the year, 2.31 ERA. He's pitched well. He has given up 3 home runs this year. Opponents hitting .239 against him.
First pitch to Almonte outside. Abraham hitting .213 with a homer, 8 runs batted in, .255 on base percentage. Lloyd McClendon remaining very patient. He said, listen, I had Austin Jackson in Detroit a few years ago, struck out 166 times one season. How's that working out? He's a fine leadoff guy.
He's
now.
A really good leadoff hitter for the Tigers. Center fielder. For Robbie Ross, 3 pitches, 2 of them have ended up against the backstop. Against the Mariners in Arlington, he was about as sharp as you could be. 16 ground ball outs for Ross in that outing. Has a cutter that he will use to the right-handers. Also can sink it away from him. Mix in a changeup and a slider.
Almonte ahead 3-1. Slashes away and misses, full count. Slow dribbler, charging his Beltre. He's got no play, base hit.
As mentioned, Beltre coming back from the disabled list tonight, his first game back from the disabled list. But it'll be choice in left field. Martin, they can go get it out in center. Rios, the right fielder. Andrews and Josh Wilson playing up the middle. Prince Fielder, the first baseman. And JP Arancibia, the former Blue Jay, will do the catching for the Rangers tonight. Good start for the Mariners. A little swinging bunt.
Here's Willie Bloomquist, his first game at shortstop this season. His 5th start. Really thrilled to be in the lineup. Talked to him about his injury situation last year with Arizona. Hurt his oblique day before camp broke. Then when he did get back in, they were playing Washington. Fouls this off, and Cody Ross talking about Tyler Clippard, who was pitching for Washington. He says he always likes to go with that get over slider. Willie says, I'm in there, and I'm waiting for it to break, got his hand.
Been there. Yeah, you have to, when you have a sharp slider like that at this level, you really have to hang in there on it. And sometimes they'll try to bust you in to get to that slider. And you see guys get hit quite a bit when the pitcher has a good slider. I remember Dave Steve had one of the best sliders I'd ever seen. That's one of the things my teammates, this is right when I was a rookie in the big leagues, and they said, if you want to hit that slider, he's going to throw it at you. You better swing it that way. Well, there's a certain amount of trust going on at that point, Dave.
Yeah, I hear you. Line drive. It's going to be run down by Rios. Yeah, Willie said, I'm there, I'm waiting. Yeah. Then he got hit. They said, X-rays. Nah, you'll be all right. He said he woke up the next morning, his thumb area, he called the trainer, says it has its own heartbeat.
Yeah. And anytime we see guys hit the baseball off of their feet, or if you get hit in the hands, so many small bones, you never know, and cause problems, obviously. And if you don't have your hands playing this game, you're not going to be able to play it.
Eventually got the MRI and found out, oh, it is broken.
It is broken, yeah.
Hey, I told you. Here's Cano. Robinson, club's leading hitter at 280. Also leads the club with 23 hits. Still looking for his first home run here at Safeco Field. Robinson doing a lot of charity work during his days in New York. He has a wing named after him at Jersey Hospital. Beltre, Josh Wilson, and Fielder digs it out. Double play. Mariners are done in the first inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, nobody left. Second inning coming up, scoreless ball game. An evening honoring the brave men and women of the U.S. military, including a special pregame ceremony. 5:30 start there. 15,000 fans. You're going to get a commemorative military coin after the game versus the Rangers. Get your tickets by logging on to Mariners.com. Here's Prince Fielder hitting at 200. 2 homers, 7 runs batted in.
You can see the shift on for the Mariners, and Prince on the first pitch fastball from Elias. He tried to bunt his way on.
Ron Washington said he has been hitting bullets at people, even with the shift. They just right to people. There's nothing falling in right now. And remember last year we were in Detroit in September. I don't think he pulled the ball that entire 3-game series.
We were talking about that, hitting the ball the other way. It's a good breaking ball from Elias. But he's started slowly. You mentioned only 200. Only 2 home runs for him.
And they've played 13 home games. And he strikes him out. How about Elias? Good start for him. He struck out 3 of the first 4 men that he's faced.
Well, in his last outing, he threw 111 pitches, and it doesn't seem to be affecting him tonight. He has a sharp breaking ball, a couple of breaking balls to Fielder that he's not able to lay off of. Take a look at our McDonald's Supermo. And the slider from Elias.
Brings up Alex Rios. Well, we had one guy just leave here, Chris Carter, who has just ridiculous numbers at Safeco Field. And Alex Rios is in a similar vein. Down the line, foul pass, Gary Pettis, the third base coach. Alex, a former Toronto Blue Jay and Chicago White Sox. Look at that, 367 since the 2011 season. Paul Konerko. A lot about him. Ben Zobrist, Howie Kendrick. That, my mind's eye, that fits exactly what I remember.
I agree. Jed Lowry right up there at the top. Yeah.
And Konerko, we added his numbers at the Cell in Chicago. I mean, it's just phenomenal against the Mariners. 1-1. Rios to be followed by Donnie Murphy. The DL littered with Texas Rangers, as we mentioned the other night.
I counted 13.
Yep. And all kinds of guys. I mean, it's almost an all-star team on the DL. And Ron Washington said, hey, give all the credit in the world to my coaches and my players. Line drive, Going to drop down, and Romero will get it back in. Base hit off a 2-2 pitch. John Daniels, the general manager, saying that Ron Washington should be manager of the month, and Wash said, no. That should be the organization of the month with my coaches and players, what they've done.
You can see the inside-out swing of Rios. Looked like a cut fastball just off the inside corner, and he goes the other way with it.
Rios will run. He's 4 out of 7 in base stealing, and here's one of the young players that Ron Washington lauded for being ready. Donnie Murphy, you got Josh Wilson. Not big name guys, but good guys you want on your ball club, and opportunity has arisen, and here they are.
Well, we talked about Beltre. When he went on the DL, they had Kuzminoff in their system. The guy that's been around and veteran, ends up being American League Player of the Week.
Now he's hurt.
Now he ends up, Beltre comes off the DL and Kuzminoff goes on.
There's Wash in his 8th year. All in 2 strikes to Donnie Murphy. David Murphy used to be with this ball club. He's now with Cleveland.
Good to see Elias coming out and throwing strikes. 25 pitches, 19 strikes. And out of the 6 batters he has faced, 5 first pitch strikes.
Ball misses. 2-2. Rangers come in off a 3-game sweep at Oakland. 4-3, 5-4, and 3-0. They've won 8 of 9 of their last 11. That after a 5-6 start. Off the fist. Elias gets the out there. Cano, does he turn it? He does! Oh, that was beautiful! Robinson Cano with a quick flip! And a turn 2. Nicely done. As Elias makes a very good, strong, accurate throw to Cano. And then watch this. Boom, got him. Improving. It's a great defensive play here, Mike.
Yeah, you get a good idea of what kind of athlete Elias is. So many times you see pitchers, they have a tough time coming off the mound and throwing the baseball. But he throws a strike to Robinson Cano, and Cano, the best in the business at turning the double play. See how quickly he gets rid of it, uses the base to help himself out. And a good double play as you see Smoke with the stretch to get the double play to end the inning, but well played all the way around.
Curry Hart looks at strike 1.
You watch Elias do his running, and obviously he has a great arm. He looks like somebody that can play some outfield. Good athlete.
He's a good high jumper, too. He's got a lot of spring to him. 1-1. Corey Hart, Stephen Romero, Justin Smoke.
Well, there was a lot of talk about the Mariners and their losing streak, which was snapped on Wednesday. So many times you look at the schedule and they can get things moving in the other direction. Kyle Seager, what a game he had, driving in all 5 runs on Wednesday. But now you have Elias on the mound, chance to win a game today, and then you have Felix going again tomorrow, so you can get it going in the right direction fairly quickly.
Prince Fielder, just enough ups to make that play. 1 out.
Looks like a cut fastball. Ends up jamming Corey just a little bit. And then Prince will go get it. I think if he gets that on the barrel, he probably is able to shoot it by him. One of the things we've noticed, Dave, is over the last few years, Prince, for a big man, can move around.
Tell you what, he may not look like it, but he's a good athlete.
He's a good athlete.
He will go first to third on you.
Yeah.
He does a good job. Had some problems, what was it, in the playoffs last year. He got caught off third. But outside of that, we've seen him be better than average.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Belying his body type.
Well, I agree. Good athlete.
Of course, his dad was a terrific basketball player in college and had a very good career. Down the line, the Oregon State Beaver. Stephen Romero out of the box hard. He's going to go for it. Here's the throw to second. Not in time. A double for Stephen Romero with 1 out here in the second.
Stephen off to a tough start at the beginning of the year, but he started to pick things up. Had a couple of hits the last time he had a chance to play, and he starts this game off with a double down into the corner. Good hustle. Rios has a strong throwing arm in right field, and I think the key to it is once Rios went into that slide to try to stop the ball from getting to the wall, he saw it kick away from him just enough to take a shot at second. He gets in there with a double, but he's starting to swing the bat better.
Good read coming out of the box hard. Third double of the season. Scoring opportunity here for Justin Smoke, a .233 hitter with 3 homers and 12 runs batted in. Smoke, the leading run producer for the Mariners. Ackley second with 10. Off-speed pitch for strike.
And Justin, this year, much better from the right side, a switch hitter. I think .267 against lefties with a home run and 6 RBIs.
Behind 0-2.
That's the cut fastball that caused the guys a lot of problems in Arlington. Robbie Ross able to keep that pitch down, but he was also keeping it in on their hands, and a lot of easy ground ball outs for him.
3 home runs for Smoke, 1 right-handed. Hit it here. Safeco Field. And he's gone on 3 pitches, 2 outs. First strikeout for Ross.
And this looks like the slider down and in. It is. Justin swinging over the top of it as Robbie Ross buries it at his back foot. Unable to lay off of it. That will bring up Wednesday's hero, Kyle Seager.
Tell you what, win, lose, draw, he's pretty much the same all the time. Talked to him for a while before the game earlier this afternoon. He didn't know it was his first walk-off. First walk-off home run. Said that the biggest rush he got was coming down the third base line and seeing all the guys waiting for him. Trying to get that timing down. He's 2 for 11 against Ross with a homer. Talked to, and you can relate to this. He talked about getting that heel down and getting the hands in place and firing that timing mechanism the way it should be. Howard Johnson, the hitting coach, said he's getting there. Here's what he's done against the Rangers. A lot of this damage done down in Texas.
28 extra base hits for him. Yeah, I thought with Kyle, because he was getting that foot down late, he ended up carrying his hands with him, wasn't getting him back in a position to hit. But it looked like he was starting to come out a bit on the road, Dave. He hit some balls back hard to back up the middle as he hits this ball out to left field.
Michael Choice is there, and the Mariners are gone. They get a double from Romero, and that's it in the second inning. No score. Flowers Root Sports Crew. No score as we go to the top of the third. Former Blue Jay catcher J.P. Arancibia. We're talking about struggling. An .067 batting average, no homers, and 3 runs batted in. J.P. 2 for 30. Down the right field line. Could be trouble. Is trouble at the base of the fence. Romero digs it out. And Arancibia, a lead-off double, his second 2-bagger of the season.
And the second base hit in the game for the Rangers. Fastball, 91 miles an hour. It is on the outside corner, but Elias elevated the pitch. And Arancibia going with it. It bounces on the warning track.
So Arancibia at second. Lead-off double brings up the center fielder Leonys Martin. Off to a good start, hitting at an even 300.
Kyle Seager expecting the bunt.
It's headed for Kyle. So Martin wins the battle with they move Craig Gentry. Gentry's now in Oakland. Let's see either one of those guys during our many games over the last couple 3 years against Texas. Check down at third, Mike DeMuro.
I think normally you would think that this is interesting. You see Martin squaring around the bunt. We're only in the third inning. But it's one of the things that Ron Washington has done when you talk about managing and what his GM said about him being manager of the year. With all the guys on the DL, they are #1 in sacrifice bunting so far this year.
Well, Elias thought about it. He'll go to first, and Cano's there. Sacrifice 1-4. 1 out, runner to third. We take a look at today's cold hard facts, brought to you by Coors Light. News and notes in the world of baseball. Michael Pineda. I was watching that the other night, and I saw him come out, and I said, wait a minute, what the heck is that? And sure enough, John Farrell came out and got him. He's suspended 10 games. Another pitcher down with Tommy John surgery, out for the year. And Mike, you're off the hook. No more transfer rule. Cue the chorus.
I was excited because before the game in the pregame show, I was talking to Jen Mueller about it. And the thing that I was excited about, Dave, is I assume that will be the last time I will have to talk about the transfer rule.
We're going back to the rule that we've lived by for how many years?
My whole life. I didn't know what was going on here the first 3 weeks of the season.
Cue the choir.
Oh, it makes sense. I think that I'm glad that Major League Baseball made the change and made it quickly.
Oh, indeed. Here's a sliding attempt here by Zunino. He thought he had it. He didn't. Run scores. 1-0 Texas.
And we'll see how they rule it. Pass ball or a wild pitch. It will be a wild pitch. Looks like the slider, the hard slider, maybe the cut fastball from Elias. Yeah, you can see Mike, he thought he had it in the webbing. He could feel it hit the end of his glove, and he thought he had it. And by the time he realized it was rolling away from him, Aaron Sebia scores. The catcher scores on the wild pitch.
So 1-1 to Josh Wilson, the former Mariner. And he hits a shoe shot down to Seager. Seager throws him out. 2 outs.
But I'm glad Major League Baseball made the change back. It was too confusing. It was confusing for the fielders. It was confusing for the base runners, and it was, quite frankly, it was confusing for the umpires. And when you have the game stopped constantly over plays that, as you mentioned, Dave, that we've known as a catch our entire lives, it was time to make an adjustment, and I'm glad that they were able to do it.
I would have loved to interview Josh Donaldson of the A's today.
I'm sure he's thrilled. Josh, at the A's, the Mariners, of course, have played them a lot already here at early going, but he was involved in 2 of them.
One there and one here.
Yeah, as a base runner.
Remember, both of them were bad, but I think it was the one in Oakland. Just tell me, what is it? Just let me know, and then I can react.
When you see umpires, and the umpires do a good job, they usually will run out. You have the third base umpire and the umpire out behind second. And they'll run out and take a look to see if they catch it or not. Dustin Ackley was involved in a couple of the plays. But when you see one umpire calling it out and the other umpire saying that it's not a catch, and then the base runners don't know what to do, the fielders aren't sure where to throw the baseball, it was too confusing. So I'm glad they took care of that.
Major League Baseball Players Association got together. They went to the umps. Everybody agreed. Get it out. Bang. 2-1 pitch coming up here. Michael Choice. I had somebody send me a note. Said if they really want to spice things up, how about going back to the letter high strike, letter to knees?
Yeah, that's an interesting topic in itself.
Seager charge, throws him out. But that might help. That might help cut down on pitch counts, among other things.
Speed the game up.
Cole Gillespie is going to make his Mariner debut when we come back. 1-0 Rangers. Called up yesterday. Here we go. Co-captain of the 06 National Champions, Pac-10 Player of the Year, and third-round pick of the Milwaukee Brewers.
I thought there were a lot of things to like about Cole when we watched him play in spring training.
This is his 79th game in the big leagues. Been with Arizona for parts of the 2010 and 11 season. Giants and Cubs last year. 6'1", 215 out of Portland. His dad coming up here for tonight's game. He said his brother down in San Diego is thinking about making a trip to New York. So we'll see what happens there, but he couldn't be happier. Remember, you're right, he swung the bat really well in spring.
Played a good outfield.
There's a key phrase.
Yeah, exactly. And he is an outfielder.
That's another key phrase.
Thank you. But I think also the thing that surprised me with Cole when I had a chance to finally see him is I think he's surprisingly faster than you think. He runs well.
Off-speed pitch in the dirt. He said, you know, was a little bit frustrated when he got cut. He said you can't control all the moves, but he said I decided to go down and put up some numbers in AAA, and that's what he did. Down in AAA with Tacoma, 362, 5 homers, and 14 runs batted in. So welcome back to the show. Two Oregon State Beavers in the lineup here tonight. Romero batting in a 5-hole, Gillespie batting 8th.
I think it's also a positive for Nick Franklin, who ended up getting sent out, going to AAA, so he'll be playing in Vegas this weekend. But I think Nick, as a young player, he needed to play, and there was obviously a need up here for the Mariners at the time, and he came up for a little bit. But one of their top prospects, he needs to play on a daily basis, so he'll get that opportunity in Tacoma.
Gillespie fits another bill too, another right-handed hitter.
Yeah.
Lloyd said, you know, coming up here, he had a good spring. Tried to, good to have him up here. Balances the lineup up. So the numbers situation didn't fit well leaving camp, but it's worked out for him. Back up the middle, snagged by Ross. Under hands to fielder, 1 out. Bring up Mike Zunino. Mike batting in a 9-hole, hitting .254 with 3 homers and 9 runs batted in. Two hits thus far for the Mariners. An infield hit by Almonte in the first, erased in a double play. A leadoff double by Romero, 1 out in the second. He was stranded there. Nothing. Texas on a wild pitch that scored J.P. Arancibia. Hit Zunino. A 1-out base runner for the Mariners.
Looked like Robbie Ross tried to throw a cut fastball inside, and it gets away from him. You can see Arancibia, the catcher, set up right underneath the hands of Zunino, and he will take that right off the quad. We'll bring up Almonte. He had a base hit his first time up, a swinging bunt down the third baseline.
Beltre in on the grass. First pitch away for a ball. Friday night here in Seattle. It's college night. It's beard hat night. Pretty good crowd. And a pen. I don't know if the fire marshal's watching, but maybe he's looking the other way because I don't know how many more people they can jam in there. It's
standing
great.
Room only out there.
Baby.
And it was early.
Yes. The old fraternity. Good time had by all. I got the beard hats. They're glad to have them, but they're not displaying them for the most part. I don't want the adult beverage getting in the way. That getting in the way of the adult beverage. 2-1. Two balls, 2 strikes. See Zunino moving easily after taking that ball off the quad. Robbie Ross, 24 years old, second-round pick in the 08 draft. He's out of Lexington, Kentucky. Breaking ball misses upstairs. Full count. Another comebacker. And they'll just get one. Almonte, a speedy type, gets down the line. Time for a CenturyLink link to what's next. We get the King tomorrow. Felix Hernandez against Colby Lewis. Rangers, like the Angels, give him trouble. Talking about Felix, we'll see how that goes. And of course, we get the sidebar. He and his good buddy Adrian Beltre. That should be interesting.
I have a feeling that with Felix's last start, that's where he picked up his first loss of the year, that he's going to be all business tomorrow.
Beltre said last week couldn't sit on the bench and watch. He was in and out. He was in and out. He said he went to the cage and swung left-handed. He was upstairs. Just couldn't. He didn't want to get involved.
I don't think he was happy going on the DL.
No.
I thought it was interesting. He had a quad injury, and when we were in Texas, I watched him, and he was jogging around the field.
As we know, he's as tough a guy as you want to see in any pro sport. We don't always see him in the glasses.
I don't think I ever have.
There's Willie Bloomquist. That is a foul ball. 1-1 to Willie. Flied out to right his first time.
I think it's a good approach. We talked about Willie flying out to right his first time up. But that cut fastball, the tendency is to want to really pull it. And typically, if you get the barrel to it, you're going to pull it foul. It looks like Willie's trying to inside out it to right field. There is a hole on the right side of the infield with Almonte at first.
And the outfield is playing just to what you said. The outfield is shallow and playing towards that very side. The world of shifting, Mike, it's a lot different.
One of the few times where we've seen the corner outfielders move with the center fielder.
And what you were talking about earlier, that usually when you were playing, you always followed, right?
You always follow the center fielder, try to keep the distance the same. But when we watch so many games now, the center fielder will shade towards left center or right center, but the right fielder and the left fielder usually stay in the same spot. But with Rios shallow in right and towards the line, Martin shading that way, we see Choice out in left field, and he's actually moved over.
2-1 count to Willie Bloomquist, 2 outs.
Hard line drive right back up the middle, might go all the way to the fence.
I'm sure Willie sees it too. Ron Washington has taken his team to the World Series twice. Once against the Giants, once against the Cardinals. Came up short in both. A lot different team in terms of power right now. They're next to last in home runs. Well, he slices one right field. Will it get down? It does. They had him played that way, and he still dropped one in front of Rios. The Mariners have a couple of men aboard.
Well, we talked about the approach from Willie, inside out swing. Here's another cut fastball in on his hands, but he'll just put his hands in tight. Try to get the barrel to it. Hits a little line drive out into right field. Again, it looked like that was Willie's game plan from his first at bat, and it helps him out here with a base hit.
Gary Pettis on the left, third base coach. Gary, good outfielder in his day.
Great center fielder, yes.
Go get him. Here's Robinson Cano, bounced into a double play. Opportunity, some fireworks here. 2 on, 2 out. 1-0 on a wild pitch scoring Aaron Sevier, who led off the third with a double. Strike one. Oh, 1 to Cano. Deep drive left field. Will it stay fair into the corner? And it goes foul. Cano's been pretty consistent. They've been consistent in pitching him outside, and he's done a good job going that way.
Well, I think for the most part, he looks as if he wants to hit the fastball left field, left center field, and he's pulling the hanging breaking ball or the bad changeup. That pitch is off the plate away or just on the outside corner and elevated, but you're right, Dave. But that's something that we've seen him do consistently even through spring training this year. Mariners had a chance to pick up a run in the second inning, a 1-out double by Romero. He was left stranded, so they'd like to pick up a runner here.
0-2. High.
Plenty of speed on the bases with Almonte at second and Willie Bloomquist at first. Next pitch will be 50 for Robbie Ross.
One, 2 to Cano. Off the fist, fouled it away. Run on 2 hits, no errors for Texas. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Mariners. Couple of men on here. 1-2 to Cano. Down to the shortstop, Andrus backhand, throws over, and that'll do it as the Mariners strand 2 in the third. Texas with a 1-0 lead.
And I actually have my beard hat right here, and it seems to be the theme in our AT&T fan photos of the game. The Mariners Moose, one of the first 20,000 on hand, and he even got a beard hat. Didn't think that would fit. Jessica and her crew, well, they were having a great time at Safeco Field. Tweet your photos to hashtag Mariners fan photo for a chance to be shown later in the game. All right, guys, back upstairs to you. Do you have yours on? It's going to get chilly. It's not a bad idea to have it close.
But we are dressed warmly up here. Kids having fun with their beard hat here at Safeco Field. 2, 3, and 4 coming up for Texas. Sanders looks at ball 1. Flying out to right in his first at bat. Andrews, Beltre, and Fielder. Big scores here tonight in Major League Baseball. Washington 10-1, bottom 8 at home against San Diego. Detroit 10-6 at Minnesota in the 7th. Angels pounded the Yankees 13-1 behind C.J. Wilson. This was after the Yankees put 14 up on Boston last night. And there was another Boston leads, beat Toronto 8-1.
It'll be interesting to watch the Yankees to see what they're going to do. We mentioned Nova out for the year, and now Pineda is going to miss his next 2 starts with a 10-game suspension. See how they try to fill those gaps in their rotation.
Fist of Andrews, 2-2.
People asking me about Pineda with the pine tar, and saying, you know, why would the Yankees go in and put that on his neck like that? I said the Yankees didn't do it. He did it.
He did it.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
And I think it's absolutely right. Let's not kid ourselves. The pitchers have been using pine tar forever, and you just can't be so obvious about it. And somebody was asking me, they said, like, well, how do you feel about them putting pine tar on the ball? I said, they're out there throwing that thing at 95 miles an hour. I'm fine with it. I want them to have a good grip and know where it's going.
Inside, Andrews draws a walk. It makes a lot of sense, Michael. Your kids can say hello to Cano. They sport the newcomer's name on their back this Sunday. All youngsters 14 and under score free Robinson Cano t-shirt as part of Boeing Salute to Kids Day. Take your kids out to the ball game when you pick up your tickets at Mariners.com. Yeah, you want some reassurance. The guy has a clue where the heck it's going. Well, come on.
Yeah, I think it's different than, you know, when guys would throw the spitter or put Vaseline on the ball, because the pitcher, once he releases the ball, he doesn't know where it's going to go. But with the pine tar, he just wants to get a little better grip, and it's typical for him to use it early in the season when it's cooler out. And if I was hitting, I would be all for it.
Beltre line drive, center field deep. Almonte can't get it off the fence. Andrews can run, getting a wave on, and he's going to score as Beltre delivers an RBI double. It's 2-0 Texas. For Beltre, it's his 4th double and his 5th RBI.
He gets a fastball. 92 miles an hour. It's down a little bit, but it's in the middle of the plate, and he drives it over the head of Almonte. It looked like Almonte had a beat on it, was going to make the catch, but it goes just over his glove. Good look at our McDonald's Supermo, just out of his reach.
How about Beltre and his approach? Struck out on 3 pitches. He didn't waste any time here. Got a pitch he can handle.
One of the things that we've seen, a lot of first pitch fastballs from Elias, and a veteran like Beltre will take note of that.
Fielder struck out on a 1-2 pitch. Got him on a breaking ball. Lead off the 2nd inning. Going back is the shortstop Willie Blomquist to take care of this. Fielder pops out, 1 out, run in, runner on. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Here's Alex Rios, single to right, his first time up. Hold Beltre on. Strike 1 to Rios. was the team leader in hits. Base hit he got earlier, number 29 for him. Rios has had success on the road here in the early month. 333 hitter. Great save. Looked like a hockey goalie, Mike Zunino.
That was a cut fastball at 88 miles an hour. And again, when a catcher sets up, it's going to be a fastball, so you don't expect it to be in the dirt. Yeah, you're right, Dave. Good hands. He picks that clean.
Two and one. That one slipped out of his hand. 3 balls, 1 strike. Walk, a double, and a pop out so far here in the 4th. Elias Wild pitched in a run in the 3rd inning. Gave up a leadoff double to Aaron Sebia, who was sacrificed the 3rd. Scored on a wild pitch. On deck, Donnie Murphy. A walk, the 2nd of the inning. I'm not surprised. Here comes Rick Waits, pitching coach. Runners at 1st and 2nd here for Texas in the 4th.
He looked as if he was just going to be really careful. He had first base open, and I don't think he wanted much of a part of Rios. Rios has been swinging the bat well for the Rangers. Hit .318 coming into the game. A young player, and Donnie Murphy due up. It looked to me as if he was going to throw some pitches off the plate, and if Rios wanted to chase it, fine, but see if he can get back on track here and make some quality pitches to Murphy. Rangers just 0 for 1 with runners in scoring position tonight.
Give you an idea where the Rangers are in their offensive profile. 3rd in batting average, 8th in runs, 4th in hits, next to last in homers, 5th in doubles, number 1 in stolen bases. 2nd in on-base percentage and 8th in slugging. Not a bad profile. Want to know to Murphy. Two and 0.
Next pitch will be 60 for Elias.
He has lost the field. 3 and 0.
He started the game. He looked great. Had a sharp breaking ball. Good velocity on his fastball. His fastball velocity has come down a couple of miles an hour. And you have to wonder how long they'll let him go. Again, in his last outing, he had to throw 111 pitches.
4-pitch walk. That wasn't close. Now they're loaded for J.P. Arancibia, who doubled down the right field line.
3rd walk of the inning for him.
Oh, what a situation he's in now. Bases loaded, 1 out. Arancibia over the last few years has been a home run or strikeout guy. Be real careful. There's another ball. Beltre's at 3rd. Rios at 2nd. Donnie Murphy at 1st. Swing and a miss.
A lot of success with the bases loaded. 2 grand slams and a .346 average.
Breaking ball for a strike. So Elias kind of working his way out of a big time jam. Might be able to get a strikeout. Aaron Sebia struck out 148 times last year, career low, or career most, I should say. Here's the 1-2. Inside, count evens at 2-2. Aaron Sebia entered this season with 400 career strikeouts and 64 home runs. There's the strikeout he needed. 2 outs. It's his 4th strikeout.
Take a look at this last pitch. Zunino wants it down. It looks like the cut fastball again at 87. It is in the middle of the plate, but Aaron Sebia swings right over the top of it.
Sweeping, sweeper there to Martin, who laid down a perfect sacrifice back in the 3rd.
It looks like Mike Zunino maybe has changed things up a little bit. Elias was having a tough time throwing his fastball for strikes, so he's calling more curveballs early in the count.
And he's back 0-2. Strike away from getting out of this and yielding just 1 run. Oh, 2. Seager will take a look.
Every now and then we see Elias, he will drop down sidearm more to the left-handers. And I think the thing that I like about that, obviously he's creating a different arm angle, a different look for the hitter, but he'll also throw his breaking ball from there and use his fastball. So many times you see pitchers do that, and typically they'll throw one pitch. It'll be a fastball every time or a breaking ball every time. He mixes it up, even though he'll drop down.
Here's the 0-2. Inside, he missed. Crucial spot here, 1-2. Bases loaded. Dropped down on him, popped up. That'll play. Martin, the 7th man to the plate here in the 4th inning. Beltre drove in a run with a double to center field. Beltre at 3rd with Rios at 2nd. Murphy at first. Pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed. A big strikeout by Roenis Elias to get out of a bases loaded jam, yielding just 1 on this beautiful blue sky evening here in Seattle with a big crowd on this Friday night. Glad you're with us. 2-0 Rangers. It's a huge strikeout. As you called it, Mike, fastball sort of lost that touch. The Nino goes to the curve. It's worked out well.
It has. He ended up walking 3 batters, and then he gets out of it with back-to-back strikeouts, giving up just the 1 run.
If the Mariners can get back in this, here's Corey Hart. Looks at strike 1. Corey Hart, Romero, and Smoke here in the bottom of the 4th. Corey grounded out the first. Down to Beltre, vacuums that up, throws him out, 1 down. What a set of hands, Beltre. We were privileged to watch him here in a Mariner uniform. But it's an art form watching him play third base.
It is, and he has a quick first step, a strong arm, obviously, makes all the plays. But you rarely see him bobble the ball, or he usually catches it clean. A chance to see him in spring training for a few years, and the amount of work he would put in every morning, and just on that up close, having guys with fungo bat hitting ground balls at him as hard as they could. He'd just sit there and catch everything.
And then if he did by chance miss one, boy, he'd throw a grade A temper tantrum, or at least a faux tantrum. He'd take that glove and throw it down.
Stephen Romero, a double his first time. I had a double in the right field corner.
Breaking ball by Ross. Second strikeout. Quick 2 down. 2 down here in the 4th. Make sure you pick up your Louisville Sluggers for your little sluggers. Join us Saturday, May 10. Kyle Seager Bat Night. All youngsters 14 and under going to take home a replica bat of the Mariners' third baseman. Hit it out of the park with your kids. Pick up your tickets for Bat Night at Mariners.com. Five pitches, 2 outs for Ross. Slow breaking ball, strike to Smoke. Struck out on 3 pitches his first time.
He looks the same as what we saw in Arlington, doesn't he? Throwing a lot of strikes, a lot of first pitch strikes, and trying to pitch down in the zone as he hits Smoke. It's the second batter he's hit. Hit Mike Zunino last inning, and now with 2 outs, he hit Smoke. Looks like a slider, 82 miles an hour.
Two outs and a man aboard. Kyle Seager representing the tying run. With his fly out to left in the second, he's 2 for 12 against Ross. One of those hits a home run. That one way inside. Strike with 1.
You can see Kyle looking back at the home plate umpire, Hunter Wendell, asking if is that the top. Meaning he's at the top of the strike zone. You saw on the tracer, the EQC tracer, that pitch maybe just out of the strike zone. And a little bit higher. Kyle able to take it for a ball. But you'll have those discussions going on throughout an at-bat with the umpire, just asking him, you know, is that it on the outside corner? Is that as high as you're going to go with it? And they'll tell you.
Paints there, 2-2.
A couple of tough pitches for a 2-2 count from Kyle.
Boy, I'll say. Be ready. Strikes him out. 3 strikeouts for Robbie Ross. 2 here in the 4th. He's got a 2-0 lead. 2-0 lead for Texas. Good crowd on hand here at Safeco Field. Veteran ball player, affectionately known a few years ago here in Seattle as the Paperboy, thanks to Mike Sweeney. Josh Wilson, forever looking youthful.
He has done a good job for Ron Washington. Comes into the game hitting .325. Play all the infield spots.
Josh, pride of Pittsburgh. 33 years old, signed as a free agent last December. Fouled off. Josh with the Mariners in 09. Parts of 2010. He played 108 games in 2010. Hit .227. 09. 250 in 45 games. Pretty much plug him in anywhere in the infield. And Liz strikes him out. That is his 6th K as we check in with Angie Minter.
Guys, after the Mariners wrap up this homestand, they head to New York to face the Yankees. Tonight, the Yankees hosting the Angels, and Albert Pujols, what a tear that he is on. Tonight, in the 5th inning, he hits his 9th of the season, all in the last 15 games. It was also number 501 for his career. He now has 21 RBI on the season, and the Angels all over the Yankees. 13-1 the final, guys.
All right, big turnaround for the Yankees. Scored 14 last night. Good for Albert. Top of the order, Michael Choice 0 for 2. Elias struck out 6. He's the last 3.
And we've watched his fastball percentage go down, throwing more curveballs. And it seems to be a good pitch for him.
0-2 strikes. Choice a strikeout victim. He grounded out to 3rd. Rangers got their first run in the 3rd inning. Aaron Sebia led off with a double, sacrificed the 3rd, and scored on a wild pitch. And then in the 4th, Beltran, after Andrus led off with a walk, doubled him home, drive to center field. Inside and missed. Two. Choice, a big home run guy in the minor league system for the Athletics. He had 30 for Stockton back in 2011 with 82 RBI. Four-player trade with Oakland. Cano with the backhand. He does make it look easy. I noted your laugh, and I'm thinking the same thing. Let's take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Sleep Country USA. As Angie mentioned, the Mariners head off to New York and then Houston, and then work their way back to the coast. Play 3 with the A's, make that 4 with the A's, a doubleheader on the 7th, and then home for Kansas City. That'll get us past, the Kentucky Derby on the 3rd, and Mother's Day on the, what's that, I guess that'll be the 11th. Sanders fly out, walk and run scored. Right field for Romero. A very good inning for Reyes Elias. 12 pitches in that 5th inning, 2-0 Texas. after this wild pitch. This scores Aaron Seavey, who had doubled, sacrificed the third, and scored there. And then in the fourth inning, Mr. Beltre, a screaming line drive over the head of Almonte. That will score Elvis Anderson, led off the inning with a walk and a 3-2 pitch, and he scores easily. 2-0 Texas Rangers. Here's Cole Gillespie, his second Mariner at bat.
Elias has thrown the ball well, but a couple of mistakes. A leadoff walk, and as you mentioned, the wild pitch. Still just a couple of runs for the Rangers. He's pitched well.
Beltre back off the DL, had some quad problems. Bouncing ball, and it beats Beltre. You don't see that often.
Give him a hit.
Absolutely.
Take a look at the swing by Cole. A lot of times you can see the ball spinning. That second hop will take off on you, and that's what happens here. Ball comes up. Adrian trying to give some ground to get a little bit longer look at it, but isn't able to handle it.
You've been there. You got to make a quick decision, don't you?
They have to either come and get it or do what he did, and that is try.
Wow, they gave him an E5.
I can tell you, I have been there. That's a tough error. I would rather see Cole get the hit.
But I don't know, it was you or somebody said, "Hey pal, you go down there and try that." That's, oh, come on.
I've had that discussion before.
I'm sure you have. Wow, I thought that was.
And I think too, we were talking about it earlier. If you're at a position and you're one of the best to play that position, as you can see the gold on his glove right there.
Oh yeah.
I think that you have to give the fielder the benefit of the doubt. And again, I would rather see Cole get a base hit.
1-1 to count to Mike Zunino.
See if the Mariners can take advantage.
Ross has struck out 3. He's hit 2. Has not walked anybody. And he's been impressive in the early going in this season and not walking folks. Came in 58 consecutive batters without issuing a walk entering tonight's game, and that continues. Zunino ahead in the count, 3-1. With Almonte on deck. Turn it over for the third time. Full count. Rangers come in with a 14-8 record, tied with Oakland starting the day, top the American League West. The Mariners at 8-13. Breaking ball, swung on a miss, throw down, strike him out, throw him out, double play. Second double play tonight by Texas.
Look at the throw by Aaron Seavey, and from his knees just flips it down to second base. Trying to get rid of it quickly. Still puts enough on it.
Two outs, get back to the top of the order now. Almonte.
Abraham 1 for 2.
Strike one. Couple of years we've seen Ross and Tanner Shepard's come out of the bullpen. Injuries to Matt Harrison, although he is coming back on Sunday.
Third batter.
Wow, man. I understand him trying to work inside, but he does not have good control of that.
Looks like a slider. It's 83 miles an hour. They want to go on the outside corner. And he hits Abraham right above his knee. Well, he has hit 3 batters.
He's got Zunino
in the
Smoke.
third, in the fourth,
and now Almonte
in the fifth.
Willie Bloomquist, base hit to right. 2-1 pitch in the third.
Oh boy.
That's not good.
Hunter Wendestat has been around for a long time, and it looks like that one caught him on the chin. Rob Nodine, Mariners trainer, out taking a look at him.
Boy, does he look like his dad, Harry Wendestat, was a long-time umpire.
Let's give you a good look at it.
Yikes.
Right on the chin.
Woo. Glad he's got that. That hurt like heck, but thank goodness he has that little extension. Let's see if that helps him. It did a little bit, but not enough. JP heard it all the way, and he knew that Harry wore one there. Wow.
Look at that extension hanging off of his mask. Was it Yeager that came up with that?
Yep. Remember, he used to have that little, looked like a couple of shoestrings holding a leather piece of plastic on top.
Right.
Occupational hazard. Now he's got, looks like a double extension there. He's got the extra thing hanging down from the 30-degree.
Well, the thing that was interesting about that too is catchers know that sound, and you could see Aaron Sebia immediately spin around and catch him before he fell down. He knew that caught him flush.
On to Bloomquist. Like first swing, Willie tried to pull it. Second swing, he tried to go right side. Behind 0-2.
Well, he had a base hit to right field his last time up, and they'll put the shift on him again and play shallow.
0-2 pitch. You mentioned it last at bat. Boy, if he shoots one up the middle, how far and fast can you run?
He hits a line drive over second base. It has a good chance to go all the way out to the 401 mark.
Two outs, a runner on. 0-2 from Ross. All 2 strikes. Willie has one of the 3 Mariner hits. Almonte, a dribbler in the first. Romero double to right in the second. And Willie base hit to right in the third. 1-2. Took a lot off. There it is up the middle. It's not going to get to the 401, but effective nonetheless. 2-hit night for Willie Bloomquist in his 5th start. First at shortstop this season. Good for him.
I couldn't tell if it ended up hitting Ross or it just went off the side of the mound. Take a look at the base hit by Willie.
Try to kick save, got the mound. Josh Wilson ranging over, can't get it.
And that will bring up Robinson Cano. Cano had a chance to drive in a run with 2 outs in the 3rd inning. It was 1st and 2nd with 2 outs. He ended up grounding out to short. In the same situation here. Mariners 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position tonight.
That has been an issue in this early season. Runners in scoring position. They could use a big blast here. Foul it back. Cano's only home run 8 days ago in Texas. Hitting just a .67 runners in scoring position so far. 1-1.
See his career numbers, a .281 hitter with runners in scoring position.
Good opportunity here. 1-1 pitch from Ross. Line drive, foul.
Another high fastball at 91 miles an hour. We talked about Robinson. Good look at our McDonald's Supermo. He's trying to stay inside the baseball and hit it the other way. Timing off a little bit late on that one.
Ross ready with the 1-2. Outside. Two nothing Rangers, and a 2-2 count here to Cano. 2 out, 2 on. Full count. Corey Hart's on deck. E5, strike him out, throw him out, double play, hit batter, and a base hit by Blomquist, the Mariner fifth to this point. Here we go, 3-2. Runners take off. Deep to left center field. Going back, not going to get it. That's going to tie it up. Here comes Blomquist. Cano with a 2-run double. Ties it at 2-2 in the fifth. Robinson Cano with his 4th double. RBIs 9 and 10. New ball game here at Safeco Field.
We were talking about Cano hitting the ball the other way, especially on the fastball, and that's what he gets, a fastball on the outside corner, and is able to drive it over the head of Choice and left. Now Corey Hart with a chance to give the Mariners the lead.
Corey tonight grounded out the first and ground out the third. Drive to center. Slicing away from Martin, and he runs it down. Put a good stroke on it, Corey Hart, but it stayed up. But Cano delivers the big blow, a 2-run double, tying the score 2-2. Access this Sunday. Get exclusive player interviews, behind-the-scenes footage, and Mariner stories you can't find anywhere else. If you missed Sunday's episode, tune in for re-airs throughout the week on Root Sports. For your local programming schedule, visit rootsports.com. Good to see you guys are not being neglected down there as Robinson Cano comes up big with a 2-run double to tie the score at 2. How about the ball that Hart hit? That thing got smoked.
And Martin was able to run it down, and it wasn't only hit hard, but then at the end it started to take off to the right on him, and he's still able to make an adjustment and make that catch. When it was hit, I thought it was going to be over his head.
Yeah, I mean, and for Martin, we're right behind home plate, and I saw the slice on it. I didn't think he could run it down. He ran it down like it was nothing. Beltre, Fielder, and Rios here in the 6th. Adrian to right center field. That knuckle run. Romero stayed with it. Well done.
Dominic Leone, hard throwing right-hander, getting loose in the Mariner pen. As you take a look at the swing by Beltre and then the catch. Concentration in our McDonald's Supermo of Romero. That's why you wear that big glove.
Oh, you know it. Absolutely. Here's Fielder. So much for the shift on that one. Prince with his first hit. He's 1 for 3. Be on hand for every King Felix strikeout and Kyle Seager home run. When you become a valued Mariners season ticket holder, you're going to be guaranteed the best seats and the lowest prices. So get your savings to catch Mariners baseball all season long. Log on to mariners.com/season tickets. 1 out, 1 on for Alex Rios. Single and a walk this far. He gets out of a 4th inning situation, giving up 1 run, stranding bases loaded situation. Great comeback to get Aaron Sebia and Martin on strikeouts. Looks like he's in much better rhythm right now.
Well, he's also at 90 pitches, so this will probably be his last inning. I already showed you Dominic Leone getting loose in the Mariner pen, and after throwing 111 pitches in his last outing, there you can take a look at it. Pitches by the inning. Dave, you mentioned in the 4th inning, 32 pitches in the 4th. There was 3 walks in that inning, a couple of strikeouts.
He's got a piece of it. Texas playing some good ball of late. 8 of 9, 9 of 11 after a 5 and 6 start. Breaking ball hit foul. Elias' next start scheduled for next Wednesday in New York against David Phelps. Well struck into the gap, diving, can't get it. Is Gillespie, backed up by Almonte, gets it into the cutoff man. A double for Rios. To 3rd is Prince Fielder.
It's a great effort by Gillespie. This ball is hit on the button as he dives for it, tries to keep it in front of him. Almost like with the way he turned his head away, maybe he lost it in the lights.
I think he did, yeah. He had it all the way and then he totally lost it. Looks like he's in great shape, yeah. Now you've got Donnie Murphy with 2 runners in scoring position, 1 out. Almost hitting.
Mariners bring their infield in.
Outside 2-0. Robinson Cano just tied it up at 2-2. Now Texas threatening to regain the lead here. Picking up a couple more RBIs, gives him 10 on the season. His 4th double. 2-0 to Murphy. Bouncing ball, Seager, runners hold. And they get the out, 2 down.
Real good pitch by Elias there. He looked like he went to a cutter and was able to get it in on the hands of Murphy, jam him up. He's trying to get the ground ball, keep the run from scoring. You can see Zunino set up inside, and it does. It jams him. Good cutter.
Lloyd's coming out to get him. Dominic Leone will take over when we come back. 2 outs, 2 on. Here in the 6th in a 2-2 ball game. To What's Next by Jack in the Box. Head to Jack in the Box and try the new Jack's Blazing Chicken Sandwich. It's Jack's hottest sandwich yet. By BNSF Railway, sponsor of the BNSF Blast. And by Barrier Motors. Visit Mercedes-Benz of Bellevue at mercedes-benz@bellevue.com. As we look east to Beacon Hill from right here at Safeco Field. Love the movement of the clouds in a blue sky, and the traffic is really pumping there in this time lapse. Elias, not a bad performance.
No, I thought he pitched well. 5 2/3. Finally gave up 5 hits. A couple of runs. They were both earned. He is responsible for the 2 base runners that are out there now. 3 walks. All 3 of those walks coming in the 4th inning. 6 strikeouts, 96 pitches. 62 of those pitches for strikes. I thought he showed something again for a young pitcher, Dave. He made an adjustment, went to his curveball when he lost the feel of his fastball, and he was able to hang in there and keep his club in the ball game. 8th appearance on the year for Dominic Leone, a 1.69 ERA, 10 strikeouts over 10 2/3. Opponents hitting .211 off of Dominic. Good fastball. He'll be in the mid-90s, and a hard slider.
He wants to get Aaron Sebia and get to the dugout. 2 out, 2 on. Aaron Sebia doubled to right center field back in the 3rd. He struck out in the 4th. And that was with the bases loaded. So a big spot here for Dominic.
I think you're right, David. It hasn't taken long for Lloyd McClendon to gain some trust in Dominic Leone with the way that he has pitched. As you mentioned, this is a big situation, and he didn't hesitate to bring him in the game.
Dominic the other day, one of his grandfathers, Donald Leone Sr., 80 years young, played football at Norwich Free Academy, graduated in 1945, stays up late to see his grandkid get in the game. And his other grandfather, Paul Vassington, 89 years old, he's in Norwich, he stays up late. Well, Paul and Donald, grandkids out there doing a pretty good job here for the Mariners. Real nice. Back in Connecticut, staying up late. Lloyd says Dominic's got a bright future as a late inning guy, which 2-1. And out gets away. Fielder chugging home in safely with the slide. 3-2 Rangers. That'll be a wild pitch.
That's
tough break.
The second run scored by the Rangers tonight on wild pitches. It looks like a fastball. Dominic throws it over into the other batter's box. Zunino not able to get to it. So 3 runs for the Rangers, 2 of them scoring on wild pitches.
Aaron Sebia scored on a wild pitch in the 3rd. 3-1 count. A walk. First and 3rd now. Moving down to 3rd on a wild pitch was Rios. Going to bring up Leonys Martin. He shows some speed on the drive hit by Corey Hart. Ran it down to end the Mariners' 5th. Strike 1.
Joe Bimel. It looks like he's ready to go in the pen.
Oh, 1 to Martin. Back up this way. Three runs, 5 hits, and an error for Texas. 2 runs scoring on wild pitches. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Mariners. Mariners runs coming on a 5th inning. 2-run, 2-out double by Cano. 0-2. Nino's going to take a look. He's got no play. Saw Leon blowing on his hands. Started out first pitch 55 degrees down to 49 degrees right now and falling here in Seattle. Here's the 0-2.
That was the best fastball we've seen from Dominic so far tonight. 94 miles an hour. Probably just out of the strike zone.
To Martin, 0-2. Strike 3 call. So the Rangers take the lead back at 3-2 on a wild pitch. Coming up for the Mariners, it'll be Stephen Romero, Justin Smoke, and Kyle Seager when we get back. On May 9th, all set. Grab your girlfriend. Join us here at the ballpark for EQC's Girls Night Out. For only $25, you're going to get a ticket, your first drink, plus a fun Mariners feather boa. The specially priced ticket is limited, so stop by themariners.com/girls to book your ladies' night out. Robbie Ross delivers strike one to Romero, leading off the home sixth. Romero tonight, a double down the right field line and a strikeout. Inside.
This next pitch will be 90 for Robbie Ross.
Ripped right at Beltre. Hot corner indeed. Well, you can't hit it much harder than that.
Tough break for Romero. He gets a fastball. Looks like the cut fastball, and he turns it around.
It does take some satisfaction that he knocked the daylights out of him, but it was an atom ball. I think smoked.
Yeah, he'll get a lot of attaboys, but right now he's irritated. You hit the ball that hard, you'd like to get rewarded for it.
Golly. Lollipops one up there at 72 to Smoke, who's been struck out and hit by a pitch. Fish.
A couple of off-speed pitches. You mentioned the slow curveball, and then a changeup.
Oh, 2. Ranger. Jason Frazier, the veteran. Smoke went fishing. He'll run down to first. Aaron Sebia throws down. 2 outs, and that is strikeout number 5. Here's Angie Mintic.
You know, as you guys might imagine, our AT&T fan photos at the game have a very beardly theme to it, but not everybody could make it here to Safeco Field, and I love the improvisation. Here is a makeshift beard all the way from Salt Lake City. That's impressive. That is good. And Katie and company enjoying the view from the pen. I'm sure Brad is holding court somewhere out there. Tweet your photos to #Mariners_FanPhoto for a chance to be shown in an upcoming broadcast, guys.
All right, Angie, thank you very much. I like the ingenuity. There's Kyle Seager, 1-0 to him. Kyle fly to left and a strikeout.
Kyle's last at bat was a tough one. He found himself in a 2-2 count, and I'm not sure that either one of the strikes that were called on him were actually strikes. And eventually ended up swinging and striking out.
Fouls that one back, 1-1. Tough go for the Mariners against the Rangers. They lost 3 out of 4 to them last week. They've lost 3 straight, 6 of 7, 7 of 9, and 13 of the last 19. Yikes. 1-2. Look from behind center fielder. Make that left fielder Michael Choice. Two and 2. Ross hasn't walked anybody. Struck out 5. That will get down. Base hit. Kyle Seager with a single. 2 outs here in the 6th. Sets it up for Cole Gillespie. Tying runs aboard.
Good piece of hitting from Kyle. Well, it looks like a little slider that's running away from him. Kyle stays on long enough to line it into right field. Kyle again with a couple of home runs on Wednesday and now checks in with another base hit. So hopefully he is heating up. It certainly helped the Mariners offense kind of get hot.
There's Cole Gillespie. First game as a Mariner. Slicing drive. Rios runs it down. When the Mariners get a man aboard, he's stranded. 6 complete here at Safeco Field. Rangers lead 3-2. Stakes contest is going on right now. When you stop by any of the 5 convenient Mariner team stores to sign up, you're automatically entered to win one of 10 great prizes, including authentic Mariners apparel, a photo with a player, or even a chance to throw out the first pitch. Stop by a Mariners team store to enter. We mentioned a cooling night here at Safeco Field. Started out at 55 degrees at first pitch at 7:10, down to 49 and descending on Beard Hat / college night. Right now, in some portions of this ballpark, those beard hats are especially functional. You're amidst right in the direction of the breeze. Dominic Leone continues. Here in the 7th, he's got Josh Wilson, Michael Choice, and Elvis Andrus, 9-1-2.
Well, looks like it'll be a battle of the bullpens the rest of the way. Joe Beimel continues to throw in the Mariners' pen. I'm sure he's getting ready to face Prince Fielder. Prince is due up 5th in the inning. And Robbie Ross is probably towards the end of it. So we have some action out in the Rangers' pen.
Josh Wilson will lead it off. Ground out to third and a strikeout. Rangers, 2 of their 3 runs were wild pitched in. One by Leone last inning in the 6th, the other by the starter Elias in the 3rd. Ground ball to Cano. Wow. Top of the order, Michael Choice, 0 for 3, strikeout, couple of groundouts. Fastball for strike at 95. Oakland pouring it on Houston, 12-5, top of the 9th down at Houston. Oakland had gone up big, and then Houston rallied to tie it at 5-5. Since then, the A's have gone nuts. 0-2 here to Choice. Smoke will take it. 2 outs.
Bring up Elvis Andrus 0 for 2. A couple flyouts to right. He did walk in the 4th inning and scored on Beltre's double.
He's got some great speed. He scored easily from first. Beltre hit a liner over the head of center fielder Abraham Almonte. Strike one, Elvis. Leon ahead 0-2. Ball and 2 strikes. Leon trying to end it right here. On away for ball 2, 2-2, 2 outs. Ground ball to Willie Blomquist. Willie makes the play, and Leon throws a 1-2-3 on Willie's first ground ball tonight. A 3-2 Ranger lead. Mariners have left 6. Let's see if they can stop that trend. It's safe go field, a little bit of a south by southwest look. Beautiful evening here in Seattle. 3-2 ball game. Rangers had 2 of their runs via wild pitches. If the Mariner offense can get cranking again, Cano drove in 2 runs in the 5th to tie it up at 2-2.
And as we suspected, it will be against the bullpen. Jason Frazier going to take over for Robbie Ross. So Ross, his night is finished. 9th appearance on the year for Frazier, 1-0 record, has not given up an earned run in 6 2/3, 5 strikeouts, 4 walks. Opponents hitting just 136 against the veteran right-hander.
Veteran indeed. Started pro ball in '99, got to the big leagues in 2004 with Toronto's with that ball club into the 11th season. Traded to Chicago, then went back to Toronto in 12, and this is his 2nd season with the Rangers.
Mike Zunino going to lead off here in the bottom of the 7th. So it'll be 9-1-2 due up for the Mariners.
Really good crowd on hand too as Zunino pops one up short center field. Here comes Martin calling everybody off, and he'll take it. 31,145 here on Beard Hat / College night.
Take a look at the line by Robbie Ross tonight. 6 innings pitched, 6 hits, a couple of runs. They were both earned. Did not walk anybody tonight. 5 strikeouts, 101 pitches. 67 of those for strikes. So the Mariners, in 2 outings against Ross, have had a tough time solving him. He pitched well again tonight.
6 more innings for Ross. It's 29 1/3. Walked just 8. Top of the order now, Monte. Can't get the bunt fair. Strike 1.
I like the fact that he's trying to bunt for a base hit, get yourself on, use your speed, but I think against this club, I would rather see him take that bunt with him. It's tough to get a bunt base hit off of Adrian Beltre, one of the best in the business, and you can see he's playing in on the grass, but he makes that play as well as anybody.
Favorite play.
Yeah. And if he takes a bunt out towards second, just get it past the pitcher and he can run.
Take my chances with fielder.
Yeah. Left-hander Neil Cott's getting loose in the Rangers' pen. And it looks like Medina in the Mariners.
Almonte, a little squibber for a base hit down the third baseline, reaching on a fielder's choice, and was hit by a pitch. Here's a ground ball, second baseman. Former Mariner Josh Wilson throws him out. 2 outs here in the 7th. Ride with all your fans on Sound Transit and enjoy freedom from traffic and parking. Plan your next trip. Visit soundtransit.org.
I'll bring up Willie Bloomquist. Willie having a good night. Going to start at shortstop. He's 2 for 3 tonight and has scored a run for the Mariners.
Beat the shift in the 3rd. Play shallow and towards right. Both the center fielder Martin and Rios. Shallow and towards the right side and give him a big gap up the middle and also down the line. I don't think he can pull it. Early in his 5th start of the season, first at shortstop. So you can get aboard for Cano with 2 outs. Oh, man. 56 feet.
Not sure what that pitch was. Barely cleared the grass.
Frazier, 36 years old, out of Chicago, and I'm sure he's asking, what the hey? Reaching on that one.
Frazier still has a good fastball. That last fastball, 92 on the outside corner. It used to be closer to the mid-90s.
36 years old, 1-2 here to Bloomquist. Durable right-hander. He's had 60 or more appearances 6 times in his big league career. Pitch to Willie. Flips it foul.
Good job by Willie. Spoil that pitch. Too close to take. Probably just off the outside corner.
Texas scored a run in the 3rd, run in the 4th. Cano tied it with a 2-out double in the 5th. A wild pitch scored the go-ahead run in the 6th. Cano's on deck. Seventh pitch coming up for Willie.
He continues to pitch him away. thrown one pitch in well off the plate inside, and just to move him back a little bit to go right back out to the outside corner. Willie hanging in there. Again, having a good night, 2 for 3.
Brad Miller in a miserable slump. Great opportunity here for him to get a rest and Willie get a chance. 2-2. Keeps this up. He's going to be in a Kyle Seager, Jose Lopez territory up around 13, 14 pitches.
Yeah, Kyle the other day, his 2-run homer, the first home run he hit was an 11-pitch at bat.
Jose Lopez, 7, I guess it was, here against Oakland on a Sunday, 15-pitch at bat, won a game late. Called. Willie thought it was low. I agree with him for what it's worth. 3-2 Rangers. Back here at Safeco Field, enjoying the sounds of Mike McCready, Duff McKagan, Barrett Martin, Leviathan, as they have written a lot of music for us here at Root Sports. Happy to have them aboard. The name of their band, they're Mad Seasoned.
We're having a good time, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Orvis Medina will take over. This will be his 11th appearance on the year. A 3.86 ERA, 10 strikeouts, over 9 1/3. Opponents hitting just 206 against Medina.
He's got Beltre, Fielder, and Rios 3, 4, 5 right into the fire. 3 runs on 5 hits for Texas. 2 runs, 6 hits for the Mariners. Beltre, first pitch.
Oh boy.
Seager stayed with it. Nice dig by Smoke to get Beltre 1 out. Outstanding play.
It was a good play all the way around. You were asking me earlier with Beltre on a ball that Gillespie hit him. He gave a little bit of ground and ended up not making the play. This time Kyle chooses right away. No hesitation. He'll come and get this right away. It's a tough hop, but he's able to stay with it. Good look at our McDonald's Supermo. Probably hits off the heel of his glove, and it does. But Kyle staying with the play. That's one of the advantage of being aggressive. Continue to be aggressive. You have a better chance. And Kyle staying with it, ended up throwing in the dirt. Good pick by Smoke over at first.
And it helps that Beltre coming off the quad. He's not a burner, but he's got better than average speed. Beltre talking about he didn't want to overextend. It takes nothing away from the effort to Seager. That's a great play.
That's a great play. We saw that from Beltre on the double. Typically, he runs as hard as anybody, and he was really just cruising around the bases. He knew it was going to be a double once it was over the head of Almonte, so he didn't want to push it his first day back from the DL.
Here's Fielder, single and scoring on a wild pitch his last time up. That was in the 6th. He's 1 for 3. $31,145 here tonight at final Friday in the month of April. Beard hat night, college night. Knocked it down with a kick save. Fielder beats it out. I didn't know I'd be saying that sentence one day.
He actually gets down the line in good shape. He'll hit this off the leg of Medina. Kyle Seager on the shift tried to come in and make the barehanded play.
He's a baseball player.
Hey, big man.
He's a baseball player.
Getting down the line.
Yeah. Good player.
His second base hit of the game.
He's not giving it back. Rios. Double to left. Last time up. 2 for 3 night with a walk. 2 for 2 night, beg your pardon. It's the 6th hit for Texas. Bouncing ball. Seager to Cano to Smoke. Double play. Second double play turned tonight. Nicely defensed by the Mariners. Down only a run. 3-2 as we go to the 8th. .com. By Pizza Hut. Make it great. And by BECU. Offering convenient access to online and mobile banking, thousands of surcharge-free ATMs, and more. Get info and join at becu.org as we look north towards the city. I-5. Rangers lead by a run. Here comes Robinson Cano. Tied the game in the 5th inning with a 2-out, 2-run double. Mariners tonight have left 6 men aboard. Neil Kotz, a tough left-hander, takes over.
He's been tough on the Mariners. This will be his 10th appearance. A 3.38 ERA. Opponents hitting .241. He has given up 1 home run in 8 innings this year.
Cano punches one left field. Good start. Tying runs aboard.
Well, Dave, in between innings, you were asking me if we ever got a hit off of him last year, and I didn't think we had.
I think that's the first one I remember.
But it's a new year.
Amen, brother.
That's right. It's a new year. Robinson Cano, lead-off base hit. It looks like a breaking ball down and away from him. So a couple of hits the other way for Cano.
I remember him last year.
He was tough.
Oh, my goodness. 8-3 with a 1.11 ERA. Corey Hart. Strike one to Corey. Corey last time up in fifth after the Cano 2-run double. Hit a line drive that sliced towards right center, and it was run down by the very speedy Leonys Martin.
It looks like Ogando is getting loose in the Rangers bullpen. Tom Wilhelmsen is getting loose in the Mariners bullpen. There is Alexi. Hard throwing right-hander. His fastball being in the mid-90s.
Easy gas, isn't it?
Yes.
Good hack there by Hart. Fouled it back. 1-2. About hit Texas 7-6. Trying to get a couple runs here. 2-2 to Hart. One fouled back.
Here in the early going, it looks like Corey really wants to hit the high fastball. If the pitcher elevates a fastball to him, he will take a swing at it.
Bat looks quicker, doesn't it? Than
it does. He looks. He looks a lot better.
And going down to second is Cano as that ball gets away from Aaron Sebia. So Cano's in scoring position and a 3-2 count to Corey Hart. Wild pitch gets him down to second.
I wonder if Aaron Sebia ended up getting crossed up. You can see the way he was awkward trying to catch that pitch. It would look like a cut fastball, and I don't think he expected it to cut. I think he thought it was going to be another four-seamer. Good break for the Mariners.
Sure enough.
That'll be a pass ball. Oh,
that hit him. Good.
Looks like he hit him right on the knee.
Oh. So they go now, they change it from wild. Initial reaction was a pass ball. I mean, a wild pitch, they change it to a pass ball. Hart is aboard, having been hit by a pitch.
Take a look at this last pitch. I think it was the cutter again. Oh, that one hurts right on the kneecap.
Fourth Mariner hitter hit by a pitch. Zunino, Smoke, Almonte, and now Corey Hart.
Ron Washington, the manager, on the top step, but he hasn't come out of the dugout yet.
Mariners have the tying run, Cano, at second base. The go-ahead run at first to Corey Hart. The opportunities here for the Mariners. Stephen Romero, last time up, hit a missile right at Beltran, who's 1 for 3. Crashing from the corners. Bunt laid down. It is going to be fair. And in the collision, the Mariners have loaded him up. A base hit. Communication between Aaron Sebia and Beltran not good. Aaron Sebia, we've seen enough of Beltran to know that's his ball all the way.
Well, and Aaron Sebia needs to know that because he's playing in expecting the bunt. So it's a good bunt by Romero as he drops it right down the line. A great situation now for the Mariners. Bases loaded, nobody out. It was a base hit, a hit by pitch, and now a bunt.
However way you want to take it, Michael Saunders has come out. He's pinch running for Corey Hart. So in terms of speed, they're in good shape there. And here's an opportunity for Justin Smoke. You got Cano at third, Saunders at second, and Romero at first.
Watching Robbie Roscoe at Justin Smoke. Early on, he was throwing cutters in on his hands, and then he went to soft stuff, curveball, and changeup.
Here's a chance to not only open a door to kick that baby down.
That was a good pitch. Yeah, good pitch for Justin to handle. 92 miles an hour out over the plate. I think that's where Justin's strength is as he fouls it off. There's Saunders pinch running at second base.
Mariners have had all kinds of trouble against these Texas Rangers. They've lost the first 3 out of 4, but a chance to do some work here. 0-1. Jackknife out of the way. 1-1. Smoke. The bases loaded, a 250 hitter. A 250 hitter, runners in scoring position. Hit a 1-1. Get 2-1.
You can see Cox going back inside with the cutter after that first pitch fastball over the plate.
Fans on their feet here at Safeco Field. 31,145. 2-1 to Smoke. Fouls it back. First 3 men have reached. 2-2 to Smoke. Worked inside. He got a full count. He's got to throw him a strike.
Look at all those pitches inside. Staying with the cut fastball.
3-2, nobody out. Mariners down a run. Bottom 8. Pitch from Cox. A drive to left. Choice can't get it. Cow's gonna score. Saunders right behind him. Romero will hold it third. Justin Smoke delivers a 2-run double, and the Mariners take the lead at 4-3.
What a good swing by Justin Smoke. It looks like another cut fastball. It's on the inside corner and elevated. And Justin puts a good swing on it again. Much improved from the right side of the plate this year. Keeps his ball fair down into the corner. Just out of the reach of Choice.
Boy, did he need that. Kyle Seager drawn in infield. Nobody out. Runners at second and third. Off the end of the bat.
We talked about the Mariners wondering if they were getting any hits off of Kotz last year. Actually, Kyle hit a home run here at Safeco off of Kotz. You see in his career, 3 for 8 with a home run. Kyle, a couple of home runs on Wednesday night. Already a base hit here tonight, 1 for 3.
0-1 to Seager. There for a strike. He's behind 0-2.
After the double by Smoke and the 2-run scoring, Tom Wilhelmsen sits down, and Fernando Rodney now cranking it up in the pen.
Base hit, hit batter, bunt, 2-run double. 0-2 to Seager. Fly ball left field, shallow. Choice, good speed coming on. Can't get it. Another life here for Seager.
Yeah, that is a break. It looked like Choice was going to be able to get to it, but that ball died in a hurry and started going towards the stands. Take a look at Choice as he tries to get to it. He's had a couple of tough plays here in the inning. He actually breaks the railing down there. Was that a gate that opened up? I think that's a gate.
That's a gate.
Yeah.
It better be. No. He did break it.
He did break it.
He did. 0-2 to Seager. Second and third. Foul ball.
Mariners 3 for 7 with runners in scoring position tonight.
Eighth inning lightning here for the Mariners. Smoke giving the Mariners the lead, and Seager trying to tack on a few more. Caught set, the 0-2. Line drive left field. Romero is going to score as that ball dies in front of Choice, and Seager delivers again. 5-3 Mariners. Two-hit night for Seager, picks up an RBI. Romero didn't tag immediately, and then when he saw it dying, he scored as Ron Washington takes a long, slow walk out as the Mariners have rallied to take the lead in the 8th. 5-3 Seattle. Mike with Cano.
Yeah, bottom of the 8th inning. Cano, a leadoff single, and then the wild pitch by Kotz. It's probably as wild as we've seen him. Then he turns right around and hits Corey Hart on the kneecap. Here's a bump by Romero. Looks like Aaron Sebia thinks it's going to go foul. He just walks right into Beltre, so a break for the Mariners. Bases loaded, nobody out. Justin Smoke doubles down into the right field corner to give the Mariners a lead, driving in 2 runs with that double.
3-2 pitch. Nice work there by Smoke. Seager added a base hit, dropped it in front of Choice for another run. So the Mariners with runners at the corners.
We're going to have a pinch hitter for Gillespie. Dustin Ackley will come on and hit against Ogando. Ogando, 12th appearance on the year, 5.23 ERA, 8 strikeouts. He can get wild, 5 walks and 10 1/3. Opponents hitting .250 against him.
Mariners are 3 on the board, bases, runners at the corners, and nobody out. Ackley 3 for 8 against Ogando.
So Ackley and Saunders used off the bench by Lloyd McClendon here in the inning. Miller and Buck is what he has left.
Strike in the outside corner, 1-1.
It didn't have to be. It looked like that pitch was off the plate.
Seager can tell you about that, right? Ackley 0 for 1 as a pinch hitter thus far. 1-1. Pulled the string. 1-2 strikes.
Mike Zunino waiting on deck.
Ackley, the 6th man to the plate here in the 8th inning. 1-2. Another long run for Choice. He'll not have a play. Ackley coming off an 0-for-2 performance on Wednesday. Here's a look at his runners in scoring position numbers. 1-2 pitch. Gets away, and that's going to score a run. Here comes Smoke. He's in safely. Down to second is Seager. 6-3 Mariners. A wild pitch.
That's the third run that was scored in the game on a wild pitch. 2 by the Rangers, and now the Mariners get one of them back with a wild pitch from Ogando. Take a look at it. Looked like a bad slider. Mariners now with a 3-run lead. Scored 4 runs so far in the inning. Still nobody out.
4 hit batters tonight. 2-2 pitch here to Ackley. Four hit batters. That ties a club record. Ackley works a full count here. Zunino on deck. Nobody out. 4 runs in. And he strikes out. 1 down here in the 8th. MLB.TV Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service, is celebrating 12 years. Join the millions of subscribers. Watch every out-of-market game live in True HD on over 400 devices. Visit Mariners.com for details. Ogando gets the first out of the 8th inning. Seager at second for Mike Zunino.
Zunino 0-for-2. He is one of the 4 Mariner batters that has been hit by a pitch tonight.
Broken bat flare to the shortstop. Andrews. 2 outs. Top of the order now, Monte. 1-for-3, runs scored, hit by a pitch.
Mariners 4-for-10 with runners in scoring position tonight. Almonte 1-for-3. He scored a run in the 5th inning after he was hit by a pitch.
And an RBI out there waiting for him. 2 outs. Seager at second. Almonte 0-for-1 against Ogando. Jumps out of the way, but a breaking ball in there for strike.
Yep. I think he thought the pitch was high. Good look at our EQC tracer and where that pitch ended up. Willie Bloomquist on deck. Willie is 2-for-4 tonight.
One, Abraham. With a gap in deep right center field. Martin going back. He ran it down. Another one. He hit it 398. But the Mariners 4 runs on 4 hits. A pass ball, a hit batter, a wild pitch, and they've got a 6-3 lead. Being brought to you by Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. By Vern Fonk Insurance. Bad luck can hit anyone. Insure with the 13th man, Vern Fonk Insurance. And by AM/PM, too much good stuff. As we take a westbound view, Elliott Bay. A sunny day earlier here in Seattle. 6-3 Mariner lead. They put up 4 in the bottom of the 8th. And now they bring on their new closer, Fernando Rodney. Opportunity to close this baby down. Face Mitch Moreland, J.P. Arancibia, and Leonys Martin. How about the 2 catches by Martin tonight? Hart in the 5th and now Monty in the 8th.
Yeah, textbook the way that he just turns and runs to a spot. Seems to run to the right spot because he's made a couple of great catches. 8th appearance for Rodney, 1-1 record. 3 saves on the year, a 1.42 ERA. He has 10 strikeouts over 6 1/3. And this is the kind of lead you like to turn over to your closer. A 3-run lead for Rodney, so a chance to get his 4th save. I would think that he'll be aggressive with his fastball. Mitch Moreland going to pinch hit. Pinch hit from Murphy.
Moreland, a .245 hitter, 1 homer, 7 runs batted in. 1 for 3 as a pinch hitter thus far. He starts him out with a strike. Dustin Ackley stays on in left field for Cole Gillespie. Broken bat, line drive, base hit. Nobody hurt with that bat that went about 6-7 rows deep into the stands near the Mariner dugout.
Moreland gets a fastball right off the end of the bat. Shatters the bat, and he'll just throw it into the seats. And a little soft line drive into left field for a leadoff base hit. Sardinas will hit for Arancibia.
Strike 1. Luis Sardinas, a switch hitter. One for 2 pinch hitting.
First changeup from Rodney, misses down.
His hat is more crooked than I've ever seen it.
I would agree. That was a great shot from center field. He's looking at home, but with that hat turned, it looks like he's looking at first.
It's a tribute to his late dad, who used to work in the fields in the hot sun down in the Dominican. 2-1. Seager. There's Cano. Smoke. Double. Oh, he dropped it. Thought it was a double play.
Right at Kyle. It looks like it's a good feed to Cano. No problem around the base. Cano gets rid of it quickly. A little short pick. We typically see Justin Smoke come up with that.
Sardinas is a board fielder's choice. Brings up Martin. Sacrifice, a couple strikeouts. 1 looking, 1 swinging. One out, 1 on. Martin 1 for 1 against Fernando Rodney. High. Line drive into the gap. Making his way to third is Sardinas. Big turn by Martin. Runners at the corners with one out.
Solid line drive off the bat of Martin. He's played well tonight. Like there was a little bit of confusion after this ball was in the outfield with Almonte and Romero, and Martin was running hard. I was hoping they would pick it up and get it in quickly because he would like to keep the double play in order with Wilson stepping in.
Josh Wilson, a ground out to third, a strikeout, and a ground out to second. 0 for 3. Runners at the corners, one out. He did commit. Strike one.
Best fastball so far from Rodney, 96 miles an hour.
Looking for a double play to end it. Wilson batting in the 9-hole at second base tonight. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Zunino holds the throw. Stolen base from Martin, his 6th in 8 attempts. Oh, and 2 to Josh Wilson. Rodney 0-2 here to Wilson. Oh, that hit him. It did. Gee. Bases loaded. Tying runs are aboard. Hitting with a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Top of the order, Michael Choice. 0 for 4. Strikeout, 3 groundouts. Check swing, strike 1. Rodney trying not to turn this into a cliffhanger, but right now I can see the edge.
Is right.
I can see the edge from here. I'd rather not go there. Oh and 1 to Choice. 1-1. Infield double play depth here with the bases loaded, 1 out. Mariners 6-3. They put up 4 in the bottom of the 8th to take the lead. Texas got out to a 2-0 lead. Cano tied it in the 5th. Texas regained in the 6th. Rodney behind 2-1.
Really hasn't gone to his changeup. All fastballs. That last fastball 97 off the plate away.
91,145 starting to get on edge here. Choice straight away and deep. Count evens at 2-2. We saw a lot of Fernando when he was with the Angels in Detroit and Tampa Bay. Now he's with the Mariners. Close this game out. 2-2 to Choice. Full count with the bases loaded, 1 out.
And that was the changeup, missed down. A couple of changeups that he has thrown, they have been down out of the strike zone.
He needs a quality strike right here. 3-2 pitch here to Choice. him. 6-4 ball game. RBI choice is 6th.
Lloyd McClendon heading out to the mound. We saw that earlier in the year, didn't we? With Rodney on the mound, he took a trip out.
Yep, we did.
It was a short conversation.
Attitude adjustment. Yeah, because remember that last time he came out, and I think he pumped a 97 and a 98 right there.
Right, and he was around 93, 94.
Right.
Into the tough part of the lineup, too. You have Andrus and Beltre waiting on deck.
Correct. Knowing Lloyd, I'm sure he said, hey, you're my man. You got to get this. End of story.
Well, with that walk, the winning run is aboard, or the go-ahead run is aboard, and the tying run is out at second in Josh Wilson. So Rodney, a base hit, able to get the next hitter into a fielder's choice. Another hit, then a hit batter, and then a walk. So a little bit of everything going on here in this inning. You can see the career against Rodney, 3 for 6 for Andrus.
Not sharp. All one. Andrus tonight, 0 for 3, a walk and a run scored.
Well, 19 pitches in the inning, 9 strikes.
Oh boy. Beltre on deck, followed by fielder. Bases filled with Rangers. Martin, Wilson, and Choice.
Charlie Furbush starting to get loose in the Mariner pen.
A 2-0 count to Elvis Andrus. Mariners by 2. Bases loaded. Yikes. 3-0. Case of emergency break glass. We're about to hear some. Much needed strike. Two hopper to Willie.
Okay.
6-4-3 double play. 3-1. Back with a strike. That'll work.
Looked like Andrus was taking that 3-1 pitch all the way.
And the crowd rising to their feet here. 3-2, 1 out, bases loaded. Mariners 6-4 lead. Top 9 pitch. Walked him. 6-5 ball game.
So a hit batter and back-to-back walks. And the tying run is now at third with Beltre heading to the plate.
It's not part of the grand design.
Danny Farquhar has joined Charlie out in the pen. Beltre 1 for 4 tonight. He hit a double in the 4th inning to drive in a run.
First pitch. Takes a fastball for a strike. Beltre 2 for 9 against Fernando. Oh, 1 to Adrian. Bases loaded, 1 out. 1-1. Now you got Josh Wilson at third, Choice at second, Andrus at first. Back to back, bases loaded walks. 1-1 to Beltre. Smoke with a miraculous diving play ball game! Oh, did they need that? Oh my goodness! Sometimes it It's better to be luckier than good. Game over. Mariners win 6-5. Oh, man.
That is as good a play as you're going to see a first baseman make. This ball was going down into the right field corner, and Andrus, with his speed, probably comes all the way around from first to score. But what an effort by Justin Smoak. Full out, diving. You see how far off the bag he is, and then he dives back as this ball is blistered off the bat of Beltre.
Wow.
Andrus in no man's land, and that is how the game will end. What a win for the Mariners, and a play by Justin Smoak.
Billy, I need some oxygen out here, huh? Holy mackerel, 6-5. Mariners win it. Let's go to center field and Brandon Bill.
Rodney shaking there in the ninth. We feel it. And the Mariners hang on to win game one of this set, 6-5. We kept saying, Bill, here's going to be the ground ball double play. Another walk. Here's the ground ball. Here's the line out double play worked just as fine.
Well, one thing you could say about for Rodney's case is that he's used to getting in a little bit of trouble and getting out of it. He is a Dick Tracy special, so he has ways of wiggling out.
Right.
He needed a little help tonight to get it done.
That inning was unbelievable. Hits, walks, hit batters. We'll talk later about that. But right now, the man who ended this game, not Rodney, but Justin Smoak, standing by with Jen Mueller.
Well, Justin, I think I barely had a chance to see the ball come off the bat. That last play of the game, how do you even react to something like that?
I don't even know. Just one of those things, a line drive, and I was able to get a glove on it and, able to get the double play there to win the ball game.
More pressure in that situation or the situation that you were in a couple innings earlier where you drive in some runs?
With the bases loaded, nobody out, just trying to have a good at bat, and with 3-2 there, was able to muscle one out there and get it to fall in and get us going there.
You have talked about wanting to get back to being comfortable from the right side of the plate. We saw that tonight. How close to being 100% there are you?
Oh, I feel great over there. So, it's just a matter of having good at bats and, just getting guys in with guys in scoring position, and, guys were able to get on base and we were able to get them in right there.
It was a wild one tonight. Does the win carry any more weight knowing that the Rangers came in as one of the hottest teams in baseball?
They're always a good ball club, and, we know what we're going to get when we play them, and just got to go out there and we got to play well, and we were able to do that tonight and get big hits when we needed them and play defense when we needed to.
Justin Smoak does both offense and defense, contributing to a big win tonight for the Mariners.
Good? Yeah, he's good, Justin. Go ahead, buddy. Thank you. The double play entered the game. The big double in the 8th inning gives him the lead. Wow. That was very impressive. That win. And then take a look at Beltre's reaction. He's thinking, extra base hit. Here we go. Rangers going to lead. What? Can't believe it. We'll have more, of course, from Beltre tomorrow when he faces his good friend Felix Hernandez on the mound. But let's go back to not the 9th inning for the Rangers, but the 8th inning for the Mariners. 9th inning is when they won it on Wednesday. 8th inning, as Kotz comes in, gives up the 4 runs without recording an out. They get it going, kind of little things kind of start the inning, and it kind of snowballs, Bill. Cano starts with a single.
Cano's really been going the other way. A nice piece of hitting to get the inning started, and then Kotz, a little bit of control problems, gets Cano down to second base, and then boy, the hit batsman, unbelievable tonight. 4 of them. That's actually a Mariner record. A little confusion on the bunt. Really, you'd think it's got to be bunt in order, but they weren't ready for it. And then a 2-strike fastball to Smoak, and he turns the thing around and gets it down in the corner. That's a big hit for Justin Smoak. Good to see him drive those 2 runs in.
Yeah, Mariners led 4-3 at that point. Seager would add an RBI single, and it's interesting. It's close in the 9th inning, but the Mariners hang on. Rodney, the electric save there is what we want to call that one. Let's get to our first local forward keys to the game. We go back to the starter, Roenis Elias tonight, Bill.
I thought he was terrific again. This kid has got a lot of moxie, a lot of stuff. We talked about when in doubt challenge, but he had a really good curveball, and I like his curveball. I think it's a rub-out pitch. You see how he drops angle a little bit. He did that to Prince Fielder a couple of times. Made the nice adjustment on Aaron Seavey, who doubled off him the first time, and then picked up and went over the top curveball to get Martin, and then of course the 6 punch outs there. It's a great job. He pitched out of a couple jams. You know, just the one little time that I was disappointed when he tried to throw the breaking ball to Andrews to start the fourth and walked him, and he ended up coming around to score. But this young man has super talent. He's the next coming of Gio Gonzalez. I love him a ton, and I'm happy that, the club came back and won the ball game, and he pitched winning baseball.
2 straight now for the Mariners. They're playing happy out here in the pen. Everybody gets to go home happy tonight on college night. Thanks to the great play by Justin Smoke there at first base. Couple of knocks for him, couple of knocks for Justin Seeger. We're back. We're talking to Robbie Cano and the skipper when we return on the postgame show.